Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the September 5th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown.
We're back!
I'm Caleb Black. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. Our in-studio, the mighty Max Fury. We've been off for 2 weeks. We had unfortunate circumstances go awry with some technical difficulties and with some family health issues, but we are back. It's my birthday. It's time to talk wrestling. Luke, how are you this Saturday?
I'm not sick and we're here!
That's right. Maximilian, how are you this Saturday?
Not sick and here.
Well, I'm not sick. I'm here. You're here. They're here. Let's get into it. It's time to talk about the news, and we have 2 weeks worth of news to catch up, and boy, are there some big articles in the news. First and foremost, both Renee Young and Rano Moralo have left the WWE. Completely. Gone.
Mario Ranallo.
What did I say?
Mario.
Like Scooby-Doo, that's exactly what I meant. Mauro Ranallo. So what do we think? What do we think is on the horizon for Mauro and Renee? Mauro is going to continue his booking and MMA, or his boxing and MMA commitments.
I think the sky's the limit with Renee Young.
Yeah, agreed.
Her leaving is probably the best thing she could possibly do.
Yep.
As far as him, I mean, yeah, he could go back to Showtime Boxing. He could go to HBO Boxing.
Go back to NJPW.
He could call MMA. He could or the rumor that had been passed away is they both have been offered a shot to AEW.
You know, I really love Renee Young and Mauro working together. If they were to be the broadcast team for AEW's second show,
Or Dark.
Or Dark, free up Excalibur a little bit more, and Taz. Of course, I love listening to Taz, but I'm torn on Taz because I love listening to him, but I don't know if he needs to be a commentator while he leads a group. Maybe Mauro or maybe Renee could come in there and lighten the load for him.
Yeah, if you're a manager, putting over your own talent, it's like 1993 WWF with Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan made it work because Bobby Heenan's Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan's allowed. You shut up.
Right, but I mean, as far as them, Taz can barely get through a sentence on his own.
Oh, that's not true.
No, I'm serious. Like, Dark is nothing but him and Excalibur laughing and having fun. I get that, but at the same time, you got to be serious and you got to buckle down.
Yeah, I agree with that. Speaking of being serious and buckling down, Brock Lesnar is now officially a free agent. WWE let his contract elapse. First of all, what a stupid mistake on their behalf.
Well, I mean, it saves them a lot of money.
Saves them a lot of money, but Brock means ratings.
I think a lot of it has to do with Jones from UFC dropping the light heavyweight title to become a heavyweight, and then Brock was like, I want Jones if he ever gets up. And Dana White the other day on the internet that I was reading was like, if Brock's serious, we can do this. We can
welcome back.
Yeah.
And always, of course, the super fan in me, let Brock go to AEW and just murder everybody.
I agree.
Let Brock go. You know why? Because down the line, I want to see Brock Lesnar and Brian Cage.
Right.
And that's the way to give it to me.
Well, Brody Lee cut a interview on an internet podcast yesterday, and they had asked him about Brock Lesnar, and he said, I'm not scared of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I've been in the ring with him. I'm not scared of him, and if he wants to come here, well, I have a title. Yeah. We can do this.
We can make money.
Which, I mean, take it.
Yeah.
Take my money. To see Brody Lee actually be able to be Brody Lee against Brock Lesnar would be fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that. More news out of the WWE. AOP, the authors of Pain. Akam and Razor have been released.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. However, you can't really fault the WWE. They were injured for a lot of their contract.
Well, one of them was.
Yeah, but you don't really need one without the other.
Well, I don't know. That depends, because they never actually gave you a shot to see if that would actually work.
I guess you're right.
With the Usos, I mean, with the latest development with Uso and Roman Reigns and everything, just because you're a tag team doesn't mean you can't wrestle singles.
That's true. And I guess we will see now what the future's going to hold for both of them. Again, AEW's bolstering tag team division. AOP will be a welcome difference because they don't have a tag team like that there. And I was just about to say Impact, or since now they're established and working, they'd be a hell of a tag team for NJPW to pick up.
AEW put them with MJF, making his bodyguard.
Ring of Honor. There's a lot of potential for a tag team that works that way, that hits that hard. Hopefully we get to keep seeing them. Sad news also this week in wrestling. We had the passing of one Bullet Bob Armstrong. The Armstrong family is a dynasty in professional wrestling. Legendary family. Bullet Bob, rest in peace. Our condolences to the families.
Yes.
What a great visage of a man. a stronghold of Southern wrestling that people always forget.
A wrestling monarchy. I mean, you had referees who were workers. You had workers who were referees.
Yeah.
I mean, the Armstrong name, even though their names aren't Armstrong, the Armstrong name is really synonymous with like Deep South wrestling.
Yep.
And the old Jim Crockett promotions and stuff like that. Jim Cornette. We all know how we feel about Jim Cornette. Went on his Twitter after Brian B.G. James thanked him and was like, "You guys are royalty to me."
Yeah.
It was, and to me as well. I used to love watching Bullet Bob and the Wild Eyed Southern Boys. With
That's right, Tracy Smothers.
Great, a tremendous loss for professional.
Tremendous loss. Rest in peace. Condolences to the family. AEW not on its way out. Back in talks with TNT about launching their second show. They agreed as part of the 4-year extension that AEW would get a second primetime television show. Tony Khan has gone on record and certified that AEW Dark was never meant to be the second show on television, that AEW Dark was designed to be its own thing. So we are supposed to hear something within the year about when the second
technically
show is
it's their
launch.
third show.
It could be their third show. AEW... Since it's called Dynamite, could be like an AEW Explosion type deal.
Something like that, yeah.
Or AEW's version of Thunder or SmackDown when SmackDown first started. Yeah. When it was just the extension to Raw. Very cool. Hopefully we get to see that's more wrestling throughout the week.
Yeah, I'm down. Dark's great. It's produced well. Yeah. They carry their own storylines, which I think is fantastic. Yeah. Another third show to that can only boost ratings and boost morale in the locker room.
There's also been a lot of debates with NXT and the USA Network. Rumors flying that USA was considering moving NXT to a full-time Tuesday night slot. USA doubled down and says that's not what they want to do. They want to continue competing with TNT. So for now, NXT staying where it's at. More on that story as it develops. Vince fucking McMahon has decided that all WWE staff and talent can no longer associate with outside media. Because
they're not allowed to have a life.
Twitch, cameos, things like that. Some wrestlers get exceptions, some won't. Vince in his press release, claimed that it interfered detrimentally with the WWE. I don't understand how.
I mean, only to his pocketbook.
But not really, it doesn't cost him any money, and it doesn't lose him any money.
No, but he's not making any money off the fact that the wrestlers are making money.
Right, and
that's his main problem.
That's garbage.
Tell Xavier Woods that he can't do YouTube and Twitch.
Well, and that's like...
it's ridiculous.
That's like a fan... I was discussing with a fan before, and she asked, well, what about Total Divas and Ms. and Mrs. and the shows? And I said, well, Vince funds those shows, so he gets a cut of the profits. And she goes... Well, just because Vince doesn't make any money off of it, they don't get to do it? I said, basically, yeah. It's such a shitty situation for an independent contractor to lose a revenue stream.
Yeah.
They're not independent contractors.
And you don't own their names.
They're serfs.
You may own their character names, but you don't own the real names. I don't give a fuck what you say.
The last bit of news. We have an inside exclusive. We want to be the first ones to announce that the AEW... All-In Battle Royal special entrant is Eric Redbeard, formerly known as Eric Rowan. We got that from an inside source. We're not going to disclose who it is, but let's see if we're right. Let's see if he's right tonight. Eric Redbeard will make his debut for AEW tonight at All Out.
Yeah, I mean, our sources have helped us.
And are rarely wrong.
We got a match not that long ago that wasn't announced. Yeah. Almost 24 hours before it actually was announced. I'm telling you, if it's Eric Redbeard, I'm okay with it. He won't win the Battle Royal. No. If he does, it's a shame.
And we're going to get into who we think is going to win the Battle Royal later on when we do the all-out pay-per-view pre-show. Guys, stay tuned. We've got a whole lot of show coming at you. What did you think about the news? What did we miss in the last 2 weeks while we were away? You can let us know by visiting us at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. You can leave us a comment here down below after you like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Because coming up next is 2 weeks worth of Raw.
One of us.